Hi guys, welcome back to another quick card pull. This is being pulled from the Astrology Answers Tarot cards. So we're starting off with the Chariot energy. So you are moving in the direction that you want to. All the things that you do up to this point is a choice. How you move forward, where you're putting your energies. If you catch yourself putting your energies into negative situations, stop yourself. This is going to be a habit that's going to be hard to break. Sometimes it'll come easy peasy lemon squeezy. Sometimes it'll be like, oh my gosh, again, you fight them off. It feels like a new moon energy. Like, I know where it well, technically is, but I feel like that, where it's like the darkness of the night, where the stars illuminate. You know what I mean? We got this King of Swords card. It doesn't fit with the spread, but it came out anyway. So, like, truth of the situation. This is lawyers. They're saying doctors for some reason. Lawyers, doctors, police officers, so watch your speeding. I feel like this is more like aggressive energy, maybe because it's hot and it's if you're in the northern hemisphere, and I just feel like tensions are running high, hot under the collar. So if you're going through things, I just feel like it's just being mindful because doing a private reading for someone was like the 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords together. So words Mercury retrograde is still going on this week. Like I said, this doesn't feel like hangover for a very long time. This feels like a couple days. So that's why it's just like maybe keeping a low profile. Don't go into groups. If you're with people that are aggressors, stay away from them. People that try to push your buttons just to get a reaction out of you, stay away from those people. I feel like a lot of us are just reaching that point in our life, like, you know what I mean? Like hurtful situations. And it's just like, I would never do that to you. Like, I was just like, oh, I've had it. Like, obviously my feelings, but it's just like, that's not me. You know what I mean? That's what people want. They want you to change your behaviors and act like an a-hole because like tit for tat kind of thing. We were mentioning that last week. So heading into like the Eight of Pentacles, and this is where it's just like putting your energy into positive things. So like even with myself, it's like I've been pushing things for myself back, 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 back. And I was just like, you know what? I've been go, 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 go for so long. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to woos out and I'm going to just take it easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. You know what I mean? It's just like you got to sit there and realize that you are just as important as everybody else's cups that you pour into. You know what I mean? You got to do things for yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, with us, like things coming out of the blue, there was no timeline and stuff like that. Yes, it worked out because thankfully Spirit was like, you need to move this stuff. And I was just like, oh, I'm just already so tired. And I like really fought to do it. I really, really did. I fought tooth and nail for this. And, we got it done. You know what I mean? But it's just like, oh my Lanta, was I ever tired? You know what I mean? And it's just like you try to recuperate and you're not recuperating from it. That's what I'm saying. Like, take time to rest, roost out, do the things you need to do. You may be going on vacation. We got the Four of Wands again. Yes, get some stuff done that, you know what I mean, that are pressing, but I also feel like it's like you don't have to figure it all out in one day. Like, there's so many steps to something that we have that has come into our life, and it's just like, we got to get those steps done. And it's just like just knocking one after another. You know what I mean? And it's just like, but also having fun. It doesn't always have to be work, 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 work. You know what I mean? It's just like with myself, I know there's things I'd like to get done. I'm just worrying about today. That's all I'm going to worry about. Like, I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know what I mean? I got to let the universe pour into my cup and I got to let that come in. I can't just keep on, like they said, we're showering in all the blessings that are coming in. And you got to make sure that you're not tired. Like, if you run yourself ragged, they will make you sit down. You know what I mean? And we don't want to do that. We want to enjoy this time. Nine of Pentacles, rebirth in our life. So with all the grapes, we were talking about seedlings that are blooming. So you're going to see this cornucopia energy. This is a word that keeps coming out, cornucopia, harvest. I keep getting like, enjoying the fruits of your labors. But you know what I mean? You put your energy into the right places. This is why I'm saying stop yourself when you find yourself thinking about negative situations. You know what I mean? Putting energies, because it's like we're feeding it. We're feeding into it. So think, and I'm not putting this on when you have your sourdough starter, you have to feed it every day, right? So think about that. The more you feed it, the better it's going to be. The better your bread's going to be. So think about that when you're feeding negative situations. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're feeding it, that's going to grow and expand. So let's suffocate that thing like a fire. The more air you put into it, the bigger it's going to get. You got maybe probably they're really popular right now is those fire blankets. You know what I mean? I like, it's just like with us, we do Shabbat. I like candles. You know what I mean? It's just like in a common area between the kitchen and the living room. You know what I mean? Makes sense because it's just like what we do. Obviously, we ain't looking to utilize the darn thing, but it's nice to have a peace of mind that it's there. You know what I mean? So that's where it's just like with spirit, it's, you know what I mean? It's, again, like that guidance, your intuition and everything like that. But it's like also the ideas they are giving you for you to grow and expand because they want, you know, where you want to go, you know, and people that I follow, I think it's Rejects is his name. I have to write it down. But he's on TikTok and it's just like these people have so many things in common. Yes, I have the same thing, but a lot of people, there's like how many tarot readers are out there? Dime a dozen, right? So it's just like people know, they know who I am, they know what I offer, they know the benefits of getting readings with me, so they know, you know what I mean? So it's just like maybe that's something for yourself. If you're a healer, this is your time to pull tarot cards for yourself. I definitely feel like that's something I want to do. I've been getting a lot of channel messages. So one thing, and I don't know if this is for everybody or it's just like health insurance or insurance. I feel like it may be both. I'm not sure why health insurance comes in there. But someone owes you an apology. So this may all go together, or it's just like, maybe it's both. It's like health insurance, life insurance, or insurance for something, and someone owes you an apology. So I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll obviously have to see, you know, how that plays out. I hope it doesn't play out in any negative ways. They're showing car, so this could be car insurance for someone. But, you know what I mean? Again, there's a rebirth happening in our life. Especially if you've gone through that horrible purge that happened when it was 2 weeks before retrograde. Oh, my Mercury retrograde. My gosh, that was heavy energy. Pat yourself on the back. Like, my gosh, like if you know, you know. I love this because it's like the beautiful sunflowers surround you, so will success surround you in your life. This is grounding energy. You're doing things that keep yourself grounded. Thank God for sound healer Cody with his, you know, I put my hands over my heart and I just breathe, concentrate on my breathing and just let my mind go. And it's just, you know what I mean? Just concentrating on the sounds or just being quiet in that moment. You know what I mean? Because it shows that, like, with my job, like, you know, the things that I do in my life, talk. Can't really, it's not quiet to hear, to you know, except when I'm doing private readings, because I put myself in a situation where I'm open to receive, and they know that I'm open to receive. You know what I mean? So that's where I feel like you could be like, what they're showing right now is our hostas have bloomed. So the first big ones were bloomed, and then all along the stem, where the purple flowers bloom, or pink, or I think there's pink and yellow as well. Maybe I'm mistaken. I think ours is more of like a white lilac color, very light lilac. But beautiful nevertheless. But it's just so gorgeous to see, you know what I mean? Like it all, and that's what I mean. It's like taking in all the beauty. I don't think our lazy Susans are going to do too well. They're still little tiny things, but you never know. Wheel of Fortune. So things are moving forward. So maybe we feel kind of stuck, or this is like universe being like void of course. This is like going from the World card to the Wheel of Fortune, where it's just like, get up, do the things that you usually do. Maybe you've been called to add something to your life, and I feel like that's where spirit is going to add that in. So for myself, is going to make the time to get that done. Like tomorrow's busy. Tuesday will be kind of chill, but obviously I got things I want to get done. So that's where it's just like, it's chill, but it's also, you know, it's kind of, I don't know. Because they're like, I'm going to move it back. And then, like, literally, they may be back, you know? So, I don't know. And clearly, I don't get notice. I don't know if it's done on purpose or not, but I'm getting a little ticked off with it. But that's what they want, right? They want you to waste your energy. So, that's where it's just like, what can you do? You just go with the flow with things. That's where I kind of like, do I do this or do I not do this? Not that I'm procrastinating, it's just, you know what I mean? I'm trying to work smarter, not harder kind of energies. We have the Empress. This is what I'm talking about. You are the nurturer. You know what I mean? Even though they're like, ooh, I'm grown, blah, 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 but can you do this? Can you do that? It's like, I thought you were grown. You know what I mean? But it's like, whatever. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. But it's just like, because you rule with love. And this is where I'm saying, that situation that came up, and It's like, I was like, no, I'm not doing that because it's not right. And it's just like, let's do this to include the person. And it's just like, I know exactly that's why they did it, but it's just like, it's fine. You know what I mean? I just move forward with a clear conscience now. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where spirit is just like, you are the empress, you are a nurturer. If people don't want to nurture that relationship, that's fine. But I'm not going to pour into it either. So, I'm going to follow my heart of hearts and do what I need to do. But outside of that, no. The Queen of Wands, because when you walk in a room, you have such a presence. You know what I mean? And it's not like you're looking and like waving in like you're like the Queen or freaking Miss America or anything like that, or Mr. America or they America. It's just like you are who you are, and you do not dim your light for anybody. And anyone who dares to try to dim your light, like, you know what I mean? I rebuke thee. You know what I mean? It's just like, I rebuke you, your evil eyes, your jinns, your bullshit. Like, I transmute that energy, throw it down to the core of the universe, and may it turn into abundant blessings upon us and our family with no harm to none, including myself, themselves. You know what I mean? It's like, no, don't take that. This is you sharing your heart, your soul, your abilities. You know what I mean? There's people going through such effed up situations right now that I would not wish on anybody. You know what I mean? It's just like, stop being so freaking nasty to one another. There is so much bureaucracy and bull nonsense and everything going on. Isn't there enough hate in this world? Do we really need to add to it? You know what I mean? It's just like, let people be. Let them live their best Delulu life. If you have a problem with someone being happy, you need to look at yourself. Stop looking out to the outside world. Going to the 401. So this is like celebration. So birthday parties, graduations, someone getting their license. I don't know what C is. Is there a C class of license? I don't know. I barely know the regular one. It's so different from Ontario to New Brunswick. It's like, what the heck? But, you know what I mean? It's just like celebrations and victories and just taking it all in, drinking it all in, being thankful. Like they were saying, you're showering in this, how they're pouring so much into you. Let them pour into you, man. Because I feel like, going back to that Emperor's energy, it's like, it's exhausting. You know what I mean? Pouring into all these cups, pouring into all these people, you know what I mean? And it's not about expecting anything in return. You get like droplets, if that, back in return. And they evaporate so easy. It's like, not like you're so hot or anything like that, but it's like literally it drops on you. It's like, tss, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't affect you. You know what I mean? It's just like, but it's just like, it's nice for people to pour into your cup and show appreciation. And you know what I mean? It's just like, damn. Like, that's why they tell you, man, don't put your hope in mere mortals. Put your hope in the divine creator, Gaia, Mother Earth, universe, Yahweh, Yeshua, whomever you believe in, higher self. They're showing exactly how, like, I felt. This was a situation and something that I've always wanted to do. And just, like, bringing it up and, like, being such a butthole about it, it's just like, wow. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay. It's like they always find it's because this person gets jealous. They don't want you around and all this. And it's like, that's fine. You know what I mean? So when the shoe's on the other foot, please do not say anything. You know what I mean? Not like purposely, but it's just like, do you, boo-boo. You know what I mean? It's like, it won't be like this. This is only a temporary situation. Again, this is universe teaching you a lesson. We're taking the blinders off. You know what I mean? It's just like, certain situations, it's like, well, it's because of this. And it's just like, you know what? I'm sick of using that excuse. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm not also going to let it change my heart. I'm just done and over it. But that's why they're saying you're putting swords in front of you to protect yourself. Because too many times we've been on this merry-go-round. And, you know what I mean? It's like time to shoot them off. Going to the Queen of Pentacles, where it's like I feel like not only financially, but grounding energy. You know what I mean? Like I say, like you're the mother, quote unquote, of the group. You give sound advice. You pray for people. You always wish the best on people that doesn't even matter if they're a part of your life. You know what I mean? You read about something, you're like, oh, I wish, sending positive energies and love and light and prayers and all the good things, but actually praying for them, actually praying on the situation. Sometimes we forget, like how many people, like I sit there and I pray for during Shabbat when we light the candles. This is when prayers are most magnified. High holidays. There's certain things that come along where it's just like it's more magnified. You know what I mean? And it's just like, heartfelt. Even some people that don't even freaking deserve it are not doing anything to change the situation. You know what I mean? It's just, you do who you are. That's your heart. That's what you're called to do. Don't let anyone influence and change who you are because they're a bunch of buttheads. Because that's what they want to do. I'm a butthead, so therefore I'm going to try and make you into what I am. No. No, thank you. So Page of Swords, this is when truth comes in. So some truth, ugly truths is what they're saying. Some truths we don't need to know. Like with myself, Shane has passed on. It's almost been 10 years. I don't need to know any more of those truths. I already have accepted the fact that he is transformed. That's that. Over, out. Anything else, I don't need to know. Because, you know what I mean? It does not benefit my life moving forward. Oh, it'll help you move forward. No, it won't. You know what I mean? You don't know who my heart is. You don't know how I felt about him. You don't know that. You don't realize that relationship. Whatever was said was said. Whatever was done was done. That chapter is closed now. There's nothing to do. You know what I mean? It's just keep moving forward. I feel like that's why when I pulled the King of Swords, I was like, you need to be out for some reason. Let me put you to the side. And then we ended with the Page of Swords, where it's like, no truth can be hidden. No truth that's been, you know what I mean? It's like everybody thinks, oh, I got away with it. It's like, you didn't. You did not get away with it, my friend. Maybe for now, you will, but it won't be forever. Whatever happens in the darkness comes to light. And we're heading into the 8-8 portal. You know what I mean? And it's just like this time, like it's not even 8-8 yet. And it's just like we're in this huge karmic time. You know what I mean? Everyone is so quick to point out to this, to this, to this. And it's just like you need to, take a chapter out of Deborah Silverman's book, The Missing Element, and stop pointing out to the world and realize that fundamentally it's you. You need to fix you. You need to change you. But you're probably so long in the tooth you don't care. You're just like, oh, I don't give a crap. I put up with so much. My life didn't turn out the way I wanted. But you're not doing anything to change it. You didn't do anything to correct that situation. So that's where it's just like, you know what I mean? People are going to be who they are. And just keep pushing forward. Keep living in your love and light. Do not let anyone change who you are. Because you are seen as a freaking nurturer. You know what I mean? You keep up that nurturing energy. You know what I mean? What is in store for you cannot be taken from you. This is why they were showing the Empress, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. Because that's who you are. People will try to change that. Manipulate that. Don't allow them to. That is your energy and your energy alone. Call your power back to you. They do not have your permission to use it. You call your power back to you now. I hope you enjoyed this quick card pull. May the universe bless you good.